Set of stairs. And to where may they lead? So I basically decided that since I've had some stuff on the blog about different things related to training and everything else, I thought I'd actually take a moment to just sort of give a quick tour as to the actual what I use to do most of my training. So that would actually be my home gym. So going to give a quick roundabout through there so you can actually see where it is that I do all that nutty stuff that I talk about. So here we go. Obviously I have this set up down in my basement here. And the first thing I included when I came in down here was I wanted to have the name of it. I don't know if it's really the name of the gym or just sort of the motto. But it's Aceribus et Ingens, which is Latin for, hey, fierce and mighty. Hence the name of the blog. I also decided to fire up just beneath it the sticker for Elite FTS, the site from which I get a lot of the equipment I'm about to show you. But yeah, just one of the first things I wanted to do was first took the mostly gray wall that you can see there, paint it white, brightens things up quite a bit. Second thing was I ended up, see if we can get a little closer there, put in some of that epoxy flooring that you would see in a lot of people's garages. So that was sort of the two big things that I wanted to do, at least from a looks perspective. So based on that, here we go. So as you turn the corner, this would be the basement and this would be the training area. A few quick things. What I have here is a 3x3 Elite FTS. That would be that. Power rack. The rack itself is actually cut down about 6 inches from its regular height. I had it custom built that way. As you can see, I don't have a lot of space between the ceiling and the actual rack itself. But this would be the power rack. Basically, with this bad boy, I can do just about anything that you can basically think of. So have the rack, up above the rack, have the monkey style chin-up bar, so I can do chin-ups and pull-ups of various sorts of grips. And then over here on the side we have all the various weights, some of which I actually have out in the car because I use that with the Prowler. So we have the weights. What we have down here are the attachments that I actually put on the front of the rack for doing dips on. I have here an X vest, which is basically a weighted vest that weighs about 40 pounds. Here are the lovely mats that I picked up from the Tractor Supply store. Basically serves as a way to prevent my concrete floors from cracking from weights being dropped upon it. Here we have basically a 1,500 pound rated bar. I don't know if it's technically a Texas Power bar or not, but I don't think it is. Boards for a lot of various things, and this lovely piece of milk crate, duct tape, and a piece of wood board I use for step-ups and a lot of other stuff. I really should get something that's about a heck of a lot more sturdy than that ghettoized contraption. This over here is a Swiss bar. You can see like there. And the Swiss bar is basically a bar where you can use sort of more of a parallel grip to do a variety of exercises. So anywhere from narrow to medium to wider allows basically for a different position for your arms, and it's probably a little bit easier on your shoulders as well. Over yonder just basically have a whole bunch of little shelving that goes on. Got the iPod dock for the music to listen to. Over here I actually have my my Iron Master Quick Lock dumbbells. They're basically adjustable up to, I don't know, 125, 100 and some odd, God knows how many pounds per dumbbell. Up along here, got the attachment on here for all the various accessories that go along here. So I've got the belt that I basically use to hang weights from if I need added weight for dips and pull-ups. Got a bag here of chalk. I've got wraps because I got them free from Elite, but honestly I never ever use wraps anymore. I only basically use chalk. As you can see, this bag's a little worse for the wear, but honestly the feel of using chalk to do most of your training with as opposed to, these kind of grips is just an unbelievable difference, and I highly recommend it to anybody. You might work out in a gym where they actually don't allow you to use chalk, which really stinks, but if there's a way you can sneak it in, I would highly recommend it because the grip you get on it is far superior, and honestly it's probably a heck of a lot safer for you, and you actually develop a much stronger grip. Here I got the Spud Strap neck harness, so basically for doing neck work, always a good sort of thing. Here we just have a big box of stuff of various accessories and whatnot. An important accessory that I have here is my my belt, fairly thick belt that I also got from Elite. Very much a back saver. Some people don't believe in belts. Well, if you don't, I don't really care. Bands. So I have here one of the medium bands, so basically used for either additional resistance or for assistance depending on the exercise. Very handy thing to have. The newest toys to the collection today. So today I went to Oasis Truck Tire in Hartford, picked up this sucker for free. It's basically a scrapped out truck tire that I will be using along with the sledgehammer. So I'll probably have a separate video going up or showing some of the exercises that I personally will do with that, but that's some of the new things. What we have here is an Elite FTS glute ham raise, and essentially the glute ham raise is an exercise that's used to strengthen up everything in your so-called posterior chain. So from your lower back to your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves. It's a pretty phenomenal piece of equipment for just absolutely hammering that entire back half of your body and getting you into much better strength shape for those particular things. Here I have a big canvas style bag that I basically filled up with a bunch of different gravel and plastic bags. It's basically meant to be for sandbag style exercises. It's just the fact that the stuff shifts around inside there when you're doing all sorts of lifts and presses overhead that kind of gives a different element and dimension to your training. 15-pound medicine ball. And then, you know, just a bench over here. A contraption basically to do different sorts of cable work, whether, you know, it's down here where I'm doing some seated rows or doing some sort of pull-ups from on there. But that actually is pretty much all of the home gym. Oh, almost forgot one thing. Well, of course I got my, my Cowboys flag and then Old Glory hanging there on the wall. And then one of the last things I have in here is actually all my different weights that I've done. You know, I think it's good to try to keep track of all the progress that you've made and all the personal records that you've hit, so you always have something you're striving to do better at, to beat, to push yourself past. Me personally, you know, I'm not really all that concerned with getting a whole lot bigger, at least not as of right now, because I still play a fair amount of soccer and play basketball. So I'm just trying to get stronger, trying to stay, you know, probably around the same weight if at all possible, but with a better strength profile while staying really lean. So generally speaking, mostly things to try to design to improve my overall athletic performance. So so we have all that, and then the Vincent DiCenzo motto of SFW, which I won't say specifically is, but it's, let's just say smash effing weights. Which I think is a good motto to have. Sometimes it's very easy to get, you know, caught up in the minutia and the complications of how exactly to design a training program, and you forget the most important thing is just to go out there and smash the effing weights. So that's essentially what I have here. That's pretty much the home gym in a nutshell, you know, outside of all the loveliness of the washer dryer and all the boxes that I have over in the corner for my last pieces of equipment being delivered. But this is basically, you know, a place that to me is extremely important. It's a sanctuary. It's basically the place where I feel like I can get in here and forget about everything else that's been going on in the day and just sort of focus on the task at hand. And to me, I can't imagine having a life that didn't have this as a big part of it. So just wanted to at least give you a notion as to where it is. Now, if you're looking to set something up of your own, you don't necessarily have to have something quite as elaborate, but just getting a good barbell, some dumbbells of some sort, especially adjustable. And honestly, I can't recommend enough having a power rack. I mean, the amount of things that you can do within that is just amazing. I mean, you obviously don't have to go quite as crazy and get an Elite power rack like I did, but basically I bought a power rack that I'm going to have for the rest of my life. So to me, it was a pretty good investment, and you know, over time I will end up, I guess, saving out because I won't be going to a commercial gym anymore. So that's the deal. This is my personal place of sanctuary, Serbicet Ingens, Fierce and Mighty.